Have you ever pondered on the mystery of why your muscles aren't growing, even when you're giving it your all? Could you be unknowingly stepping into the snare of muscle loss and catabolism? If these terms sound unfamiliar, there's no need to panic. Today, we're going to unmask the mystery of muscle loss, otherwise referred to as catabolism, and the prevalent errors that might be obstructing your muscle growth. Keep watching as we meticulously examine each of these errors. Welcome to Unmasking the Muscle Growth Mystery. Welcome to our deep dive into the role catabolism plays as a saboteur of muscle growth. To truly grasp the impact of our common mistakes, we must first comprehend the nature of catabolism itself. Catabolism is an essential metabolic process that takes place within our bodies, transforming complex molecules into simpler ones, and in the process, liberating energy that powers various bodily functions such as physical activity and tissue repair. However, when it comes to muscle growth, catabolism poses as a formidable adversary. During periods of stress or inadequate nutrition, our bodies may resort to utilizing muscle protein for energy, resulting in muscle loss. A better understanding of catabolism offers us a unique lens to recognize the significance of dodging the pitfalls that cause it. This video will explore these potential errors and provide valuable advice to help you steer clear of the muscle growth saboteur. Catabolism. 1. Pre-workout supplements. A double-edged sword. Are they your energizing elixir or a potential pitfall? They're often saturated with caffeine, appealing those longing for an extra kick, but the hidden snares be causing more harm than good. Enveloping yourself in high doses of caffeine can breed serious health complications, sleep disorders for instance, and here's a revelation: sleep is the unsung hero of muscle recovery. During our slumber, the body's labor the repair shop, mending and constructing fresh muscle tissues. Disturb this sleep, and you disrupt the recovery process, potentially stunting your muscle growth. So the question is that caffeine-charged pre-workout supplement worth the risk? Is the secret weapon? A pinch of caffeine can propel you forward, but an overdose might sabotage your fitness aspirations. Remember, with pre-workout supplements, the sword cuts both ways. 2. Sleep, the unsung hero of muscle growth. Are you trading rest for additional hours at the gym? Might not be the most effective approach. Understand this: sleep is a vital player in the process of muscle recuperation and augmentation. As you catch your zizz, your body shifts into high gear, mending and reconstructing your weary muscles from that tough workout session you just completed. It's an indispensable part of the muscle amplification cycle, and scrimping sleep can drastically impair your advancement. Lack of sleep not only obstructs muscle recovery, but it can also cause fatigue and reduce performance in the gym. But that's not all. Research reveals that insufficient sleep can cause disturbances in significant hormonal balances, including growth hormones and testosterone, which are crucial components in muscle growth. Therefore, you might want to reconsider your late-night Netflix marathon if you're earnest about enhancing your muscles. Experts suggest approximately 8 hours of slumber per night for prime muscle recuperation and growth. Bear in mind, your muscles develop when you're at rest, not when you're exercising. 3. Alcohol, the silent muscle growth killer. Think about that next time you reach for a drink after your workout. We are not here to ruin your post-workout celebrations. Rather, we want to shed some light on the truth of how alcohol affects your muscle growth. Alcohol, the unseen enemy, can wreak havoc on your gains. It hinders muscle protein synthesis, the vital process where your body repairs and rebuilds muscle post-workout. In other words, the more you drink, the less your body can repair and develop those muscles you've been tirelessly working to build. The damage doesn't stop there. Alcohol also sabotages nutrient absorption. So all those wholesome meals and protein shakes you're consuming, their benefits might just be nullified with that pint of beer. It's a harsh truth to accept, but it's an undeniable fact if you're committed to your muscle development. 4. Do painkillers accompany you during your workouts? It's time for a second thought. Sure, swallowing a painkiller might appear as a quick fix, but did you know it could be detrimental to your muscle growth in the long run? Wondering how? Well, certain painkillers, when used recklessly, might pose a hidden threat to muscle recovery and growth. They disrupt the process of inflammation and protein synthesis. Whilst inflammation is often seen as a villain, it is in fact pivotal in the muscle recovery process. It mends the damaged tissues and is instrumental in facilitating new muscle growth. Chronic use of certain painkillers can suppress this response, impairing your body's aptitude to repair and grow muscles. Similarly, some painkillers can meddle with protein synthesis, a vital cog in the machine of muscle growth. This could put a dent in your progress and obstruct you from achieving your fitness aspirations. So bear in mind, cooperate with your body, don't fight it. Pain is a warning, not a challenge. And painkillers? They might just be a hidden threat to your muscle growth. 5. Is cardio the friend or foe of muscle growth? Does running for miles and miles contribute to muscle growth or hamper it? Let's unpack this ongoing debate. Cardiovascular exercise, indispensable for overall health and fat loss, can turn into a hindrance when overdone. Doing too much cardio can, in fact, lead to muscle loss, especially if it's not balanced with sufficient strength training. The reason being, when your body is overworked, it might start utilizing muscle tissue for energy, a process named catabolism. If you're spending hours on the treadmill every day while ignoring your weight training, you're depriving your muscles of the stimulus necessary for growth. Don't forget, muscles are not just sculpted in the gym, their growth continues during rest periods. So what's the conclusion? Moderation is crucial. Combine both cardio and strength training in your workout routine, and make sure you're allowing your body enough time to recuperate. Balancing cardio with strength training leads to optimal muscle growth. 6. Are you hitting the gym and lifting weights? It might be time to reconsider. We're all driven by an innate urge to push our bodies to edge, especially when we're chasing that ideal physique. Yet, in weight training, more doesn't always equate to better. Overdoing it with weights is a frequent pitfall that can actually impede muscle growth and recovery. When we pump iron, we inflict tiny tears in our muscles, which later repair and expand during downtime. This is how muscles develop. However, if we keep taxing these muscles without ensuring adequate recovery, we risk slipping into a catabolic state where our bodies begin to utilize muscle tissue for energy. Overtraining can also trigger other issues like injuries, compromised immune function, and even mental exhaustion. It's vital to acknowledge that bodies require periods of rest to rejuvenate. So don't shy away from downtime, heed your body's cues, and tailor your training regimen accordingly. Remember, finding the sweet spot in weight training is all about balancing workout and recovery. 7. Are you contemplating banishing carbs from your diet completely? This could spell trouble for your muscles. Carbohydrates have been given quite a misunderstood reputation in recent times, but it's vital we acknowledge their significant contribution to the mechanism of our bodily functions, particularly in relation to energy production and muscle growth. Serving as your body's primary energy source, carbohydrates are responsible for energizing everything from your cognitive functions to your muscles. When you engage in rigorous physical activities like gym workouts, your body utilizes these carbohydrate reserves to provide the necessary power. How about muscle development? Carbohydrates an indispensable role in this aspect too. Post a strenuous workout, your body has an inherent need to restore its glycogen reserves, and it accomplishes this through carbohydrates. Deprived of carbohydrates, your body may resort to muscle protein breakdown to its energy requirements. Certainly not an ideal situation if your aim is growth, right? So, prior to making any impulsive decisions about excluding carbs from your diet, bear in mind that they're not adversaries. Rather, they're more likely allies. Allies that fuel your muscles and aid their growth. Carbohydrates, the misunderstood muscle ally, they're the fuel for your muscles. 8. Protein, the key to unlocking muscle growth. Are you including enough of this key nutrient in your diet? Your muscle development could be hindered without the right amount. Protein is the basic foundation for muscle repair and expansion. It's akin to the bricks that make up a house. Without sufficient quantities, the structure can't be built. This is backed by science, with numerous studies demonstrating the importance of proper protein consumption. For example, the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition published research confirming that protein supplementation boosts muscle mass and performance, given that the training stimulus is adequate. So, what is the ideal consumption? It depends on factors such as age, gender, and physical activity, but a common guideline is to consume approximately 1 gram of protein for every pound of body weight per day. This can be achieved by a mix of whole foods and, if needed, protein supplements. The power of protein should never be undermined. It's not simply about eating more. It's about providing your muscles with the correct nutrition. Prioritize protein in your diet for maximal muscle growth. Concluding our journey, we've managed to uncover common pitfalls on your road to muscle growth. Mistakes such as misusing pre-workout supplements, neglecting sleep, and overconsumption of alcohol can obstruct your muscle development. The excessive use of certain medications, over-reliance on cardio, and pushing too hard with weight training can result in muscle deterioration. Also, remember that your diet plays a pivotal role. Completely cutting out carbohydrates or failing to consume enough protein can severely impact your muscle growth. What's the final message? Striking balance is key. Implement a balanced regimen of exercise, nourishment, and rest to evade catabolism and foster productive muscle development. Avoid extreme measures, but also don't slack off. Pay attention to your body's signals, provide it with appropriate nutrients, and allow ample time for rest and growth. Bypass the common errors, and you'll be well on your way to achieving your muscle growth goals. To continue your journey, don't forget to subscribe for more advice and techniques.